Hello, Mr. Huang. You are the VP of the Huawei communication product line. Great to talk to you. So today's topic, self-driving intelligent networks. As a leader in this space, what are Huawei's plans going forward?
I think we are now in the level 3 autonomous driving network. And our plan is that for the 2025, going to level 4, and by the end of 2030, we are going to level 5. It's our plan, and now on the progress to level 4.
That's great to hear. So what do you think are your main products in this space, products and solutions and offerings in this space that can help the industry move forward?
Good. And now, for this year, we released a very important product named Network Digital Map. This Network Digital Map is used to, first, is the key for L3 to L4, I think, because with this digital map, we can realize the whole network actually build a digital world for the network. And first is we can see all the network latency, packet loss, and other performance we can see in this map. And the second is that we can use this map to optimize our service experience. It's also very important for customers. And third, we can do some config simulation, as we all know that most of the network error caused by the miscommunication. So before we deliver the configuration to the device, we can do the config simulation.
Well, that's very good. So this is like a digital twin of the physical network that you see out there.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. We are building a digital twin for the network, actually.
Yes. So this is a very key aspect. I used to work in network operations before, and if you don't see what is out there, then you cannot move forward. So what are your plans for this network digital map going forward, and how do you think this will help in this move to L4, L3 and L4 autonomy and L5 in the future?
Yeah, it's a very good question. And as to level 4 or level 5 autonomous driving network, the most important, I think, there are 3 key points. The first thing is the data from the network. And second is the decision making by the AI, not by the human beings. And the third one, I think, is that we have a very good user experience for the customers, even for other systems.
That's very good.
Yeah. So the first step is collect all the data from the network and build a digital world. Yeah, it's done by the network digital map. That's why we build this digital map. It's the basis for the autonomous driving network.
So operators have equipment from multiple vendors, equipment in different places, different types of equipment. Do you think you can actually bring all this data into this digital map?
Yeah. In the past, we usually collected the information from the network by SMP or other protocols, but for now we need to collect more data from the network. We use the telemetry and use the BGP-RS and other protocols to collect the data in the real time. Yeah. And as to the third-party devices, yeah, if these devices support these protocols, we can collect the data.
That's good to know. So it's not dependent on APIs, and it is built into the protocol.
Yeah.
That's very good. So you have deployed some of these in commercial deployment. Have you done that? And what do you hear from your customers once you deploy these?
Yeah, we have deployed this system at some customers. For example, for the OSP, we deployed this system last year, and for the deployment, the network experience is not visible for the customers, and these customers spend a lot of time, a lot of people to measure the packet loss and delay. It's very difficult, and as we know, we use the P3 framework to manage the service experience of the network in Europe. Before we deploy the digital map, the OSP customer faced the difficulty to improve their experience. And
This is in which country?
yeah, in Spain.
Spain.
Yeah, in Spain. Okay. And after using our digital map, they improved their service experience very quickly and became the top one carrier of the service
great.
experience in Spain.
That's great. You know, nowadays all the operators, much of their revenue comes from enterprises. Do you think this will also help in enterprises? Do you have any use cases towards enterprises?
Sure. We actually have a lot of enterprise customers, especially for the banks, because we offer the network digital map for the center and for the camps. As mentioned before, we have many bank customers in China use our network, use our map in their data centers, like ICBC in China and China Commercial Bank. We have about more than 30 customers use the digital map in China.
Is there any challenge you faced when you deploy this? Because this is a system-wide digital map, and operators have many departments. And is there any challenge you face when you deploy it across the work in operator scenarios?
Yeah, sure. It's a very good question. Actually, it's not very difficult to deploy the network digital map for their network devices. The difficulties truly are that how to integrate this map with other systems. Yeah, because you know that the customer have a lot of IT systems of their own, and how to integrate to build a whole system. Yeah, it's a big challenge.
Because this is considered closer to the network rather than to the IT. So we are trying to bridge both, and that is something that operators need to work on.
Sure. Actually, that's why we build digital map of the network, because the network is becoming more and more complex and constantly changing. So for many customers, they don't have the person or good tools to manage the network. And with the development of digitalization, and all the services are based on the network actually, because the first step of the digitalization is connect access to the network, right? So what we want to do is that we build the digital map to manage all the networks and all the links, so we can provide the network service for the upper systems.
So you are abstracting the complexity of the network away. The upward is more simple to manage.
Exactly.
Oh, that's great. So will this get operators access to new revenues, do you think? Because you're talking about enterprises, the operators can also extend new services towards their own customers, maybe.
Yeah, sure. For the carrier customers, as you know, many carriers are expand their business to the enterprises, to provide safety and high quality lines for the for the customers. With the digital map, we can optimize the network services. So those carriers can make more money with the digital map because they can offer high quality services to the customers.
And they can guarantee the service level very well. Sure. That's great. Great to hear. This is a product and solution with a lot of potential, I think. So what are your future plans for this solution going forward? Maybe in the next 2 or 3 years, what do you plan to do with this product?
I think there are two directions for the product. The first one is that it becomes more intelligent because we are set up a lot of algorithms in the system. It makes the product more intelligent. And another direction is the scope. We are building network digital map for the customers, because for the enterprises. As example, they have campus, they have data centers, and they have wide area links. So we want to provide one digital map for the enterprise.
That's great. So you mentioned AI. Nowadays, everybody is talking about ChatGPT and things like that. So how is this different from data analytics and expert systems that we used to do in the past? There must be some kind of specific knowledge that you can use to make sure that your predictions are very accurate and you're able to do it closed loop. Because without the human in the loop, people are very worried to let the AI run. So how can you take this AI forward? How can you ensure the accuracy? How can you give the user the confidence that the AI is working so that they will accept the solution and go to this closed loop autonomy faster?
Yeah, good. Almost everybody are talking about the ChatGPT. It's very popular. But I think the AI based on the large language model is not accurate enough for the network. Because you can say that the answer is not always correct. So for the network, I think the large language model can improve the user experience, but it cannot solve all the problems. So our plan is that we use the technology like ChatGPT to improve our user experience, and we also use other algorithms for the network to improve the accuracy. So we collaborate these two technologies together and to implement the closed loop. It's very important to two AI systems.
Very good. Are you also working across the company in Huawei, across the multiple systems to bring autonomy to the whole network?
We have to achieve the goal for it's very challenging. We use many components in our company, like NCE. These systems are integrated together, so we can achieve the goal.
Well, thank you very much. We hope to come back in 3 years later, and then we would have progressed much further. Thank you very much, Mr. Huang. Very great information. Thank you.
Yeah.